Hi guys, it's Mook. Today we're going to be putting the scales on the knife, and I've chosen cherry. The choice of this wood, I like it because it's a hardwood. It's pretty. It's got a nice color and some good grain. The most important part about this particular piece of wood is that it has been thoroughly seasoned. This came out of a piece of lumber that's been in my garage for 8 years. Now the scales on this knife are going to come up to about right here. So what I'm going to do is overestimate just a little bit and simply trace around. And then I will flip the knife over lengthwise and trace for the other piece, the other side. Now I will take this piece of wood out to the garage and cut away most of this waste using a bandsaw. Now you'll notice that I have not drilled any holes through these scales. That's because I will use the knife blank itself as a template for drilling the holes. I've carefully aligned the two scales with the knife blank, making sure that I'm not overshooting the scales on any side. And I will drill through the holes in the knife blank to make sure that the holes in the blank and the holes in the scales align perfectly. Now, one thing that was pointed out to me after I posted an earlier video is that I was holding this freehand with no support. So in this, when I drill this time, you will see that I'm going to rest the edge of the blade against this support here, so that if the drill bit happens to catch, this will brace it and hopefully it won't spin around and cut me. Now that I have the holes drilled through the scales, I will cut a piece of solid brass bar stock for the front pin and hollow brass stock for the rear lanyard tube. I will make both of these pieces just a tiny bit less in length than the full thickness of this package. Before I proceed any further, I lightly chamfer the ends of each piece. When it comes to finalizing the shape and the contour of the handle, I can do all of that work after the scales have been glued onto the knife blank, except when it comes to finalizing where these two pieces meet at the front. If I try to do that work while these are glued to the knife blank, I'll get all kinds of scratches and mess on here. So I have to make these even now before I glue the scales on. Okay, I have put tape on the part of the blade that I don't want any glue to get on, and I have started the pins through this half of this scale. Some people use epoxy. I like to use Gorilla Glue. So I moisten the wood, apply the glue, pretty sparingly. And then put this scale on the knife blank. Before the glue begins to foam up, I have to work quickly and firmly apply clamps to hold the two halves of the scales onto the knife blank until the glue has a chance to cure. Okay, we have the handle scales glued to the knife blank. The Gorilla Glue has foamed up and it's starting to cure. According to the label, it will be cured in an hour or two, but I prefer to let it sit overnight before I start sanding on the handle. So I'll put together this video tonight, post it, and hopefully we'll have another one tomorrow on shaping and finishing the handle. Thanks for watching.